Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Wednesday. Now, you guys had a big appearance last night at the brand new grand opening for the Abites in Delray Beach out there on Jog Road.
It was so fun. Captain Crust and Princess Pepperoni flew in, and we're giving out free pizza, celebrating the grand opening of the new flagship store.
Well, I've done events before where you've had to promote, there's going to be free this or free that, and I've been burned at things like that, where you go out there and there's really not that much free stuff, or they run out of food.
Like, that was only for the first 20 minutes.
And then people turn on you. Beats does not do that. They had slices of pizza coming out the entire time we were there for free.
They had caprese hors d'oeuvres.
Ooh.
They had free.
What is a caprese hors d'oeuvre? I don't know.
So it's a caprese salad. You know, it's the mozzarella, it's the basil, it's the tomato, and then it's got a drizzle of balsamic on it.
How do you spell that?
Caprese.
S-E?
Oh, okay. It's caprese. Interesting.
That's how I say it. Caprese.
I always, you know what? I need to figure out because I always just called it caprice, and but I'm not Italian. I don't know. Oh my goodness.
I'm Italian, and I'm not sure what the fuck to call it.
Well, we've already established you're a shitty Italian.
Caprese is what I would usually say, but I mean, do not
say it however you want it. How about that?
Oh, okay.
I think different dialects say it differently.
Some people say caprese. No.
Nobody says
Nobody
that.
says that. I think you say it how you want, and they were doing little mini ones, so they had them on a bamboo skewer with like cherry tomato, a medallion of mozzarella, and then the basil, and then the drizzle on top. Oh, it was so good.
It's one of them things I would never think to eat, and then I had it, and I thought it was delicious. And there's a lot of those things out there. I go, never would even think to eat that. What else am I missing in the world?
Everything, bruh. Try it all. That's what I always say. Even if it looks gross, even if it sounds gross, I try everything once, and then if you don't love it, don't go back.
Nah, fuck your snails. I'm not eating that shit.
Escargot is delicious.
You a snail guy?
I may have had it, but it's been so long that it doesn't imprint whether I like it or not.
It's got the texture of a cooked oyster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I enjoy oysters. I don't eat that kind of stuff that often. I would probably do it, but it's nothing that, especially with the price tag usually attached to that kind of stuff, I like it okay and would eat it if it provided for free, but I'm not going to go out of my way and spend a crazy amount of money for it.
That's how I find out foods I like. It's usually free and there's no other option. That's how I end up liking that bruschetta. I never had it before, and holy shit, do I love bruschetta now. That's the slice. It's basically Italian salsa.
Yeah, and you put it on a little piece of bread.
Oh my gosh, I would make sandwiches out of them.
Yeah, that's good.
Little mozzarella.
I do like that.
Little mozzarella.
What?
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Yeah, I got to do a lap around all these Italian pronunciations. It looks like you're right. Caprese is what it says. C-A-P-R-E-S-E would be caprese in Italian.
Caprese salad.
And I'm really going to sound like a shitty Italian, but I had a caprese sandwich that was amazing from Panera Bread.
Oh, they do a good job.
How do they do that? What is it? What is a caprese sandwich?
It's a newer sandwich, and it's on this, it's kind of like this weird hoagie roll, and whatever drizzle they're using, it's not overly vinaigrette-y. It's
probably like a sweet balsamic.
It's sweet.
Ooh, okay.
So the more they're aged, the thicker they get, the sweeter they get. I love a balsamic that pours like a glue.
When I like something, I order them in bulk on multiple days, and I think 3 or 4 days in a row, I was eating those.
I've also seen people do a fun thing, like add a little slice of fried eggplant to a caprese. That's good. Or fry one of the tomatoes. That's good.
See, if eggplant is thick, make it thin. I want it thin like a piece of cheese. It gets too sluggy. It tastes.
Stop being a bitch
I
Italian.
know. I don't
Just
work.
eat the freaking food. Me. Too thick. Nobody's slicing it that thick.
I am such a little bitch when it comes to texture. She ain't lying. I get it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have their texture pitfalls, though, things that they just don't like for the way that it has the mouth feel.
But a crispy fry on a piece of eggplant, and where it's like a little bit of texture of crispy on the outside and on the inside, it's a little more juicy. That's good.
Yeah, look, I mean,
Stop eating like a bitch.
off with my head. I don't like thick eggplant, Kevin. Oh, boy.
Yeah, you got your own preferences.
Yeah.
It does appear like your girlfriend Honeyface is kind of taking you down a new sophisticated corridor of some of the items that she's cooking.
She loves to cook, and she definitely makes me foods I would never eat.
I did not see you doing the raviolis that she was making the other night. It doesn't seem like something maybe you would whoop up by yourself.
I end up loving, I really like asparagus now.
Do you really? That's
I do.
great.
When
It's great.
When it's done the right way, sometimes
Absolutely.
it can be, you don't cook it long enough, and it can be thick and too chewy, again, with the texture.
No, you're right.
You
yeah.
don't like it al dente. You like it a little bit more like wilted.
Yeah, I want them carcinogens.
Carcinogens.
Thank you. I want some of those.
Concernogens.
I want those carcinogens, Kevin.
Yes.
I like it a little burnt. It's great for the bloodstream, I hear.
I had grilled asparagus, and I find that might be my favorite way to have it prepared. You ever had that, Virginia?
Yes, I love it on the grill.
It is very good on the grill. Works out really well there.
I love it on the grill. And then for me, the best is you grill it and then you put like a piece of juicy, slightly undercooked salmon on top of it with like a hollandaise
Yeah.
or like a lemon butter dill with a little bit of, delicious like capers.
Ooh, undercooked fish and capers sounds great.
Don't dry out my salmon, bitch. I need
Yeah.
a little bit of an undercook on my salmon. I want it a little bit undercooked in the middle. That is the perfect preparation.
If you ever want me to get the fuck out of here, just bring out capers. I'll be gone. Just bring out capers.
Don't like
Denny's,
them, huh?
get the capers.
I do not like capers. Oh,
What is it about them?
aren't they the
You don't like-
small little fish balls? They look like testicles.
They're not fish
Yeah,
balls.
it's
I
not
know.
fish.
They don't
It's
look-
not fish at all, is it?
No, it's a vegetable.
I said they looked like fish testicles.
I've
Yeah,
never seen fish testicles.
They're
Do
awful.
fish have testicles?
Why are you feeling up fish balls?
Man, I'm out. I'm out of this conversation. I'm out. It's too elevated.
Imagine how weird that would look, a fish with a big old set of balls on it.
Or a big old dick.
We could staple some onto like that big mouth Billy Bass. I think it would fit him.
Yeah.
Frogs have balls, don't they?
I don't know. Not that I've ever seen.
I think I gotta flip one over now and see.
I've seen the undercarriage of a lot of frogs. I've never seen frog balls.
Well, maybe they're those kind of balls that come out, like they're hidden, and you don't see them until, frogs be porking.
Yeah.
Just think
I'm trying to think about if I've ever seen frog balls.
Yeah, I've not. I don't know a lot about the reproductive systems of a lot of.
I think they all internal.
That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know of any reptiles. Can you think of a reptile that has a big old donger?
Snake dick.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even alligator, you don't see a dick.
Iguanas? You ever seen a big old iguana dick? I don't know
No,
if I have.
but if an iguana had a big dick, the iguana would show it to you and probably toss it around. They have become so humanized.
Yeah. Is that
Oh my
what
God.
humans do?
An iguana just give me a pearl necklace.
All right.
Oh my God. What an offensive iguana.
I'm telling you, Kevin, the iguanas in the liquor store parking lot near my house, if they could jerk off in front of everybody, they would.
They would, yeah.
Yeah, they got a bit of a toot.
Wow.
Brazen.
Yeah, they really are lot lizards.
Yeah, well then they really are invasive. Oh, watch out. People like Chris had a good time getting photos with our superheroes last night at a beach.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
He is.
Good dude.
He had a good looking pizza too. Did you see his? His was pepperoni and mushroom, and I was like, oh,
I was sweating his pizza.
his
yeah.
pizza looked good.
Sometimes you can look at someone's food too long to a point where, all right, you're trying to fuck my pizza?
We walked through like the dining room and we were looking at everybody's pizza because we just wanted to see what we wanted to order. And yeah, it's like food porn.
But have you ever done that where you're at a table and you haven't ordered yet and you see somebody, their food comes out and you're just staring at it?
Yes.
And then they look over at you as they're eating their ribs or something. I swear I'm not looking at your tits.
Yeah. Has your pizza orders changed as you have aged? Because you could tell me, Kev, all right, here's the toppings that you used to order on a pizza, and I could put it within a time frame of my life.
Yeah.
I started off as a pepperoni person, and what made me think of that was I then moved to the mushrooms as I became a young adult, and now that I'm a middle-aged dude, I am pretty much a Mediterranean pizza guy.
My pizza journey is a bit similar, but different.
Yeah, those are at least 3 epic moments of my pizza life. What about yours, Bird?
Cheese and pepperoni as a kid. If you start seeing me get bacon, pepperoni, sausage, all that, I'm a teenager into my early 20s.
I did kind of go meat lovers there for a while, too. Yeah.
Then in my early mid-20s to late 20s, I started getting away from all the meat on the pizza, and I started getting extra cheese and regular sauce. And then I just noticed they're not putting sauce on pizza anymore. I felt like there was a sauce shortage. Yeah, so then
Sauce drought.
A sauce drought, thank you. And then now I do regular cheese, extra sauce.
Okay.
I like it wet.
Yeah.
I like it real wet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Virginia?
I love a white pie. I love like that white sauce, and I love broccoli on it, and
Did
I
that
love
change
spinach.
from when you were young?
Yeah, when I was young, I was just a basic, stupid,
Yeah.
straight up cheese bitch.
She's a fucking hillbilly growing up. She was eating pepperoni and cheese.
I think a lot of us are, but it's interesting how, at least at a certain point in your life, you do kind of lock into a standard pizza order.
Yeah.
For the most part, that mine doesn't deviate too much. There might be an extra ingredient here or there, or one less, but it's pretty much about the same pizza order every time.
I am shocked when you go to a place that specializes in pizza and they have all the pizzas out when they don't have a cheese available. I feel like that's a universal one, even with just little kids in general. The idea that kids could be coming, have that cheese pie. I think you always have to have that. I find it a weird move.
It's a good standard thing to have. In fact, if you were doing any kind of party, I would probably do half cheese, just cheese, and that's a crowd pleaser. And then, because look, you can deviate. As we found out, pizza toppings are very polarizing. It'd be
Yes.
with where you're going to put different items like pineapple on a pizza. People freak out. So
A Beats has that clam pie that I want to try so bad because I get down with the seafood, and clam pizza sounds delicious.
I've gotten a lot of people telling me that they like that a lot. That's one of the ones, that and the chicken buffalo pizza. The racetrack, for example, they have a whole pizza bar there now. And every time I go in there, there's 11 pizzas and they're all pepperoni. And some of them are full, some of them are half. Throw in a cheese. Throw in a cheese, pepperoni with a little sausage.
It is kind of ridiculous that they don't have like cheese at the gas station.
Well, there's like 7 or 8 of them just sitting there. They're all being picked at. I don't know.
yeah, they should do that. But that chicken buffalo pizza, by the way, I think is an underrated pie.
Yes. And then they drizzle like a blue cheese sauce on
I
top
haven't seen the
of
blue
it.
cheese. I've just seen the extra buffalo sauce.
Oh, it's so good.
Huge fan of blue cheese and barbecue sauce mixed together on any combination, whether it's chicken fingers or if it's just breadsticks.
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
What are you doing there?
I'm dipping.
Jerking off a friend.
You getting in it with the
Is the invisible
iguanas?
The invisible Denny's is standing in front of you.
Yeah, he keeps going here.
There's so much bad footage of all of us on the internet.
Yeah, and last night at Beats, I see Virginia was flossing the no-name movie game belt there with the Weed Witch.
Yeah, when you're the champ, and you got to let them know who the fuck you are.
About time. You put a little respect on that belt's name. Good. I want to see the champ out.
I brought it.
Now, who has it? No,
I have it, right?
I think. I don't know.
I do have it.
No, we lose our shit when we go out, Kevin.
You do?
We're all fighting crime.
Okay.
It's easy to get distracted.
He thought somebody stole his nunchucks. The entire remote. He's got me looking, and I'm looking sideways at everybody because everybody's a suspect.
Yeah.
I'm just instantly thinking, like, well, which one of these motherfuckers came up here and took a picture with us and snagged his nunchucks? I'm thinking he legit got robbed.
You're not showing them all the respect. It's garlic breadstick nunchucks. Pretty cool.
And then he gets home and realizes he left him at home. They never even left his house. They never went to the remote. I'm looking at everybody with stank eye.
Yeah,
You do that anyway, though.
I do. You're right. I got to protect you. One of us has to be suspicious. Captain Crust just loves everybody.
It would be horrifying to see Captain Crust getting his ass beat in a parking lot with his bum ass hip.
Not on my watch. Princess Pepperoni will stab a motherfucker.
That would go viral.
Us in costume, fighting somebody.
In a real fight, yes.
And Andrew's got some ideas for the nemesis of Captain Crust, Kevin's villain name.
Oh, yes, give it to us, because all we have so far is Senor Salad.
That is not true. I have a whole thing written about the comic book, everything. I got his whole persona. Just Kevin has to, he's got to green light it. Okay. I don't know if he wants to.
Share it with the class.
No, not
Why
yet.
are you holding all these secrets?
Because he has to enter the room with authority as his character. He needs to shut down some Captain Crust and some Princess Pepperoni.
Okay.
Oh, so he's the one we stab?
Well, I don't want to stab Kevin. It's all cosplay, Virginia.
Yeah, I think I might be out of this project.
Don't step.
See, Princess Pepperoni's a fucking wild card.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how long the relationship's going to last.
That bitch been wild since 73. You can't stop it.
But you are okay with being the villain?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know about the hospital. I don't want to upset the children.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Is I don't know if that's a cool. Hey guys, we're here to help you. But this dick face over here,
Right.
He's a bad
They don't
guy.
know what's going on. And,
That's
yeah.
That's what I was torn with as well.
Right. Yeah, for a little cosplay thing or whatever, a video. I could.
Well, someone gets two characters then. Kevin or Austin.
Okay, well,
Two
if anyone
characters.
deserves to, right?
He's got to do a costume change?
Well, he can't. We can't have Kevin going in the hospital for children as a villain. We cannot have that.
Yeah. Andrew's idea was Knight Marinara, a red-cloaked nemesis that wields a chipped wooden spoon, and you only know he's coming when you hear the pop of the jar lid in the distance. Some other ideas, if you don't love that one, that came to mind for him was Fettuccine Fiend, Professor Penne, or Count Carbonara. Okay.
I love it. I mean, they're great ideas.
Couple ideas there for you, Bird. Got an email from Karen. We were talking a bit about the summer concert season that is about to really start picking up. You got Teddy Swims going to be at Hard Rock Live starting on Friday. And then I'm going to be going to the Weezer show. In fact, I got a big old concert weekend coming up. My wife let me know that Weezer show's a Friday night at Miser Park Amphitheater in Boca.
Yeah, you're definitely going?
Yeah, locked in. I already got tickets for that. And then my wife got tickets for Sam Hunt the following night at Hard Rock Live. And so that's going to be a Friday, Saturday concert weekend. How about that?
What are the chances of, in your opinion, I know you don't know the answer, but an interview with old Weezer?
You can let our management know that
We
is
did.
in contact.
We asked David to
Okay.
put the call out. I mean, see if he could make it happen.
Weezer is a big band. I mean, they're considered a big
Yeah.
band, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I would say they're classic, yeah. Without a doubt. They've been cranking out the hits for, almost 30 years now?
And
Maybe
they've-
30 years?
They found a way to stay relevant in the internet world.
Yeah, they're one of the bands, if you had to say bands that have remained consistent and you still know can crank out classic music that's just as good as when they first came out, they're on a small list that goes with The Killers and Weezer and, just a few bands there that I would put on that list saying, yeah, they're still relevant. Their music's still great.
And I'm a deep dive Weezer guy. Okay? I like a lot of their B-side stuff. And
Me too.
I feel like a lot of people don't know some of the great songs they got. I think they hear Beverly Hills and the Sweater song, Like a Bare Naked Ladies, where you hear 1 Week or Pinch Me and think that's all what they're really about.
Yeah.
They got some really deep, great fucking songs.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Who's better, Weezer or Bare Naked Ladies?
That's a great question. And at one point, I would have said Bare Naked Ladies, but I really, really love Weezer.
Yeah.
The songs I love by Weezer are awesome. There's an album called The White Album they did maybe 8 years
I think
ago.
they just went song for song. Bare Naked Ladies had a good little run there, but they've kind of slowed down on cranking out the really great stuff.
When the one dude left,
Steve.
when he left, magic was gone, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Ed's great, but
Ed's
that
great.
was a big part of that train moving. Those two voices.
Well, coming up with the new songs.
Yeah.
And it probably had a lot to do with the songwriting part of it. But yeah, Weezer's not stepped off a bit. They're still really solid. Rob Thomas just announced he's going to be at Mizner Park Amphitheater on August 3rd. That's a cool little venue. That's a little bit more intimate, a little smaller. It's nice.
Are they doing more stuff? It seems like they're quite busy these days.
Mizner Park Amphitheater?
Yeah, or they always got shows going on.
They do have some stuff, but it's typically of this venue. They have some kind of mid-level country artist. Seems to be the place that Mizner Park picks up on, those kind of artists. Then you've got Lady Gaga. She's going to be here late August. Benson Boone in September. And I saw they just announced, too, it's kind of more of the Miami World Center's grand opening celebration, but they got Flo Rida, Shaggy, Alesso, Nicky Jam for that. It's going to be a Thursday night on the 22nd, so that's also coming up. And then Karen said, yeah, Fits in the Tantrums, Sunday night at Revolution Live. That'd be a great place to see them. They're a pretty solid band. I think they're about 10 years removed from kind of doing their songs, and they're mainly in the alternative genre. I think we played a Fits in the Tantrum song once that kind of crossed over into the mainstream.
That sounds so alternative, and definitely a band you would like.
Yeah, they're very solid. They've got, I would say, a solid 5 to 10 really good tunes.
That's what always blows my mind. You know the songs that you absolutely love. You could probably think of 50 songs that you'll never get sick of. Just the fact that there's so many songs out there on the planet you're never going to hear that you would so throw in that 50 category of best songs ever. You'll never hear them. Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much shit out there.
Yeah, Fits in the Tantrums, they had that Money Grabber, Hand Clap, The Walker, Out of My League. So they had a couple songs that maybe some people might know. And then she said Bryan Adams with Pat Benatar is going to come up later this year.
She had a great run too, man.
She did, yeah. Was it? It's her. I think it's Joan Jett. Yeah, she had a really good run. Joan Jett's with Billy Idol.
Joan Jett just played Jazz Fest in New Orleans.
Okay.
Joan Jett kicks ass.
Joan Jett looks amazing. My friends were sending me pictures of her. I missed the Joan Jett show. I missed Lenny Kravitz. But they both, Joan and Lenny, look like they're 30 years old.
Yeah,
They look so young.
There are some cats out there that really have kept it together. Sting being one of them. Still sounds really good. Looks good on stage. I think Duran Duran sounds good. Looks good on stage.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice when these bands hold it together.
Your boy Christopher Cross. He's in his 70s. That son of a bitch sounds like an angel and looks great. In your 70s? Mm-hmm. Could be so lucky.
I watched Eddie Vedder. He's holding it together just fine.
He is, yeah.
He looks great.
Yeah.
Sounds just the same.
Well, I think that the era ahead of those guys, a little bit some of the classic rockers that were living really hard, I think you kind of see some of them that have tried to replicate, and they realize that, hey, if you don't take care of your voice and your body when you're younger, you can lose your abilities, especially when it comes to singers.
Well, we just live in that time of hate. You don't want to give them an automatic, oh, look at this fat, dumpy fuck. You don't want to.
We're talking to you, Vince Neil.
Well, you just don't. You want your audience to at least see that you're trying a bit, because they'll tear you apart to go, you're not in shape to do a show.
Yeah.
You're just taking my money and you're not in shape and you're not taking this shit seriously. Now, of course, there'll be a part of the audience that wants to see you just because they love you for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
But we live in a cold internet world. If you roll on stage, they'll fucking come at you.
If you roll on stage with rolls.
Yeah, they will come for your ass.
Now, David Lee Roth, you were talking about the other day, and we played a little clip of him singing the song Panama, and I thought actually for him it sounded pretty good. He had sounded worse there, and he's taken a little bit of time off, and now he's kind of coming back, and he's announced that he's going to be doing a tour as well.
Backing tracks.
Oh.
Backing
Yeah, maybe.
tracks.
Yeah, a lot of people do that as they get older, too. But it wasn't the voice, really, that some people were kind of cracking on the clip that we had played. It was more the video that went with it.
Was it his leather pants where you could see the entire outline of his dick?
People were calling him David Wee Roth because it looks like he's got a little dick in his pants.
Well, I mean, it's probably look. Maybe he's a grower, not a shower.
Those are not flattering pants. Who told you that was a good idea to go out on stage with?
I don't know.
Somebody set you up. You got a friend group that does not like you.
Look, I realize there are some pants you got to wear drawers with, and I would assume he's not wearing underwear in this because that underwear keeps it from people being able to see the entire outline of your dick. And
I mean, it's like someone put a highlighter on his dick, and all you see looking at him is dick, dick, dick.
You almost can see the outline of his Aretha Franklin.
yeah, it's
the
all
hole.
there. Yeah, I have a pair of pants. I was actually wearing them around the house. I almost went outside. I looked down. I'm like, oh, Mike, you can see my mushroom. I'm like, I had to go put on some drawers.
That's the worst.
So I'm like, you can't be out in public. And people are like, oh, my God, I see the entire outline of his dick.
That'd be like you wearing those to a KVJ Live.
Right, exactly.
That's what David Lee Roth is doing in this video.
Yeah.
Oh boy, man, Bert, take off those pants. You can tell you're all balls and no stick.
Yeah, so he might want to start wearing some drawers with those leather pants.
Or a cup or something that smooths out and makes it look bigger, but not.
Or stuff or something, yeah.
Or just go straight on Ken doll, flat it up, and go. I'm wearing a dick protector.
That doesn't look good.
That's.
He may have sounded good, but nobody was hearing it.
Right.
All they could hear was his dick.
My dick is small.
Teeny peeny, ow, 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 ow.
Man.
My dick is small.
Yeah.
That guy, if you put the camera on long enough on David Lee Roth, he's going to give you something, though.
Yeah,
He's going to
he
give you
is.
something to talk about.
He is always good for a soundbite or something. He has the most confidence.
You can't say Diamond Dave will not give you something when he's on
gold.
stage.
He's gold. Absolutely. Got kind of a review here from Christopher of the Miami Grand Prix, kind of a cost breakdown. He went on Sunday and had seats in the grandstand. We'd found out tickets about $75, $30 for parking. You can basically go and do it for $100. Concessions are going to get you. He had said the grandstand tickets by the finish line. Oh, okay. I guess that's where you get them. $1,200 each.
Whoa. Okay, that's not $70.
No, that's not.
It does look like they're all pretty good seats, though. It's not a bad venue.
Right, but still, that to me, not going to be doing that. So I can't imagine if that's a $1,200 ticket. What does a $75 ticket look like?
You're just out in the grass. There's nobody around you.
Yeah,
You can't even see the finish
You
line.
get to hear them revving the engines.
Yeah, you're probably like somewhere else on the track where you don't even see like action.
Yeah, so he got two $1,200 tickets, got 3 beers that were $15 each, 2 turkey legs, those were $15 apiece, $15 for loaded waffle fries. Brightline round trip was $120, and he spent $2,610 for a day at the Miami Grand Prix.
What are your thoughts on $15 for a turkey leg? Would you expect that? If I'm at a theme park or at an event, the big old turkey legs, I would expect it's going to be 10 to 15
In that price list, the turkey leg is not offensive. In that price list, the regular ticket is offensive.
Out of everything there, you're right. The turkey leg, I go, it wasn't too bad because they're pretty big.
Give me 3. That's a good price. That's a festival price, turkey leg. That's a good price.
He said prices were not too crazy, but it is Miami. I highly recommend doing the Brightline. They offered a shuttle to and from the race. It was stress-free and seamless. Yeah, that experience is good. I took the Brightline for the Miami Open a year or 2 ago, and you just get right off of the Aventura station. They've got shuttles that take you right over to Hard Rock Stadium, and it is pretty seamless, and it's good. And then you save right away. You justify that parking there. You really can't get for less than $30. Sometimes you're $50 to park.
Panda, when he went for the Stanley Cup game, it was $100 a car to park.
But that was at Amerant Bank Arena?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is Hard Rock Stadium.
Oh, it's different.
It is different. Yeah, the Panthers don't play it.
Whoops.
Yeah. It's all right, though. I like that you're in the sports conversation.
I just never have heard anybody charging $100 for a parking at a sporting event. You can actually go kiss my ass.
It can be a lot. No doubt about it. And another stadium that charges for parking, not nearly as much, the ballpark at the Palm Beaches, Cacti Park. They got a new feature that Jaber might want to go check out. It's on the Astros side. Somebody's put up a Bigfoot
Ooh.
Looks like it's a wood-carved Bigfoot. It's pretty good size.
That is just my game.
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with baseball or the Houston Astros, but there it is.
How much would you pay for that?
I mean, I don't want to get into all that.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
But if money wasn't an object, what does that go for? And do you buy it?
See, it's weird because a lot of these things are made by an individual person, and they all charge differently. But that's going to at least be $1,500 at minimum, at least.
Dang.
The exact thing would be heavy, too.
And you'd be lucky. I mean, realistically, because they carved it. If that's all out of wood, they're gonna charge $35,000 to $4,000 on that.
Wow.
At minimum.
Okay. There
He's
you
a
go.
collector. He knows.
Oh, I know. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
I will say some of these people that are making shit. I get it. You're an artist. Let's fucking tone down this price a little. It's great, but it's not that great.
You're not Van Gogh, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can Van Gogh fuck yourself at that price.
Yep. And Melody said, Kevin, on your list of your favorite 4 Canadians, you better take Ryan Reynolds off of it. If you do a deep dive into the whole Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni case, Ryan Reynolds is evil. I've heard all the allegations. To me, nothing necessarily is proven yet, and I can only go on the face of what I've seen him doing, face forward that he wants you to see. I think he's very amusing. I like his energy.
Kevin believes in, you're not guilty until proven guilty in the court. And they will. They'll prove that Ryan and Blake manipulated all of this, tried to do a smear campaign, thought they could outmatch Justin Baldoni. And then Justin's backing team that financially was supporting him goes, no, we're going to fight this. Get the lawyers.
I mean, how dare you, Kevin, wanting a fair and balanced trial in the court of law to make
I
sure
don't
someone's
want to
innocent or
convict him
guilty.
without
How
actually
dare
laying out
you?
all the evidence and getting proof.
You'll be on the wrong side of this one, Ralston.
In my opinion, he's probably not, he ain't gonna go to jail or.
No.
I think he's guilty of being an egotistical dick face, like
Yeah.
most people in
Yeah.
Hollywood are.
It's possible.
and
look,
trying to ruin somebody else's career.
I can see being mad with power, ego. Then
Yep.
you're married to somebody who's mad with power, ego. You are revered in Hollywood. People listen to you. You've got weight to be, you
Yeah.
can throw away. That's going to get to some people's head.
Right.
And he's been hearing it his whole fucking life. He's been acting since he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard not to be a dick face.
Yeah.
You got to really be spiritually.
And if it became obvious that he was a dick face and we have proof of it, then yeah, he's not going to make my favorite 4 Canadian list anymore. He's going to drop out, and I'm going to put somebody else amazing in.
It's your favorite. It's not who's the best person. You can like a dick face and put him on your Mount Rushmore if you like their work.
You did admit that you snoozed on Celine Dion.
I did, and that would probably be who replaces. In fact, I do have a bit of a twinge to my conscience by leaving her out of it because I feel guilty about that. That was wrong. That's not right. She should be in there, and I would swap them out right now.
She's a beautiful human, inside and out. Can't say the same about Reynolds.
I would swap out with mine. I would take Brian Adams out and put Alex Trebek in. I didn't even realize Alex Trebek was.
That's a great one as well. Canadian Bacon said, Kevin, you need to put me in. I thought about putting Canadian Bacon in there. Yeah,
Home
personally,
cooking.
yeah.
KVJ Nation home cooking.
I didn't know if I get the votes putting in Canadian Bacon, but the thought did occur to me. It definitely did. And I got to throw, look, I don't want to throw shade at Denny's here, but on his list, he went Tommy Chong. And I saw Bill Maher had Cheech and Chong on this last week. Tommy Chong's kind of a dick face.
Really?
Yes, I was just watching the interview.
No.
And he's kind of a conceited asshole. You could see that because they were talking a little bit about the feud that they had, and Tommy Chong he's like full of himself, and he's kind of an asshole to Cheech. And I watched it, I'm like, this guy's kind of a dick.
Cheech is more famous than Chong. Chong needs to recognize.
Well,
Yeah,
that might be the issue.
you
Is that
need to
Cheech
go-
became more popular. Look, they were a duo,
Right,
and
he
one
did-
took off
well,
and one did not.
Well, Cheech did Nash Bridges and kind of got more mainstream appeal, while Tommy just kind of hung out in the pot smoking world and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're talking about writing music and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, just if you go watch that, if you saw him on with Bill Maher on Friday night, or you seen that interview, I kind of walked away and be like, Tommy Chong's kind of a dick face.
I wonder if Denny's knows that Tommy Chong's gone dick.
It's hard to keep. I mean, look at all the duos and look at all the groups that just don't like each other. Hall & Oates fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Tommy J.
And they went into that, but a lot of times there's a dick face that causes the problem.
Yes.
And and I'm only judging on that energy and that interview. I don't know the behind the scenes and what went on, but I walked away from that interview feeling like Cheech was kind of biting his tongue and just, all right.
Sometimes
okay.
dicks can't hide their dick.
Yeah.
And then they should, in an interview, be able to tuck their dick in, but sometimes dicks can't do it.
I just don't think they have the awareness, and that's what's it. Sometimes you get to the ego part where you don't sense yourself. You don't get your energy. You've lost that perspective.
And keep in mind, too, these guys have been together for the longest time.
They have.
He probably doesn't even have a filter anymore. He probably I even saw it with Kiss when Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, they're doing an interview together, and you can tell they have just been together so long. They're like a married couple, and they're doing an interview, and Gene's doing his I got the woman pregnant, and Paul's like, stop making up stories. You get no one pregnant. Fucking stupid. And they had to shut the interview down because Gene Simmons got all butthurt because Paul Stanley called him out on his lies. And that's an interview with a camera in your face. You know you're being watched.
That's so good.
But
it was so good.
It was kind of tough for Bill Maher, and I felt for him. There was a couple awkward, uncomfortable moments where you could tell Bill really didn't even know what to say. And it was odd. And I was sitting there thinking, because I don't know if you remember, but when we were at our Miami station, we were supposed to interview those guys.
We were. It was a big production.
And
then
something happened. They big-legged us, and it never went down. I remember the night, and I thought to myself as I saw him, like, thank God that didn't happen, because it would have just been a rough interview. It wouldn't have gone anywhere. What a waste.
I remember that night. It was a Sunday night.
It was.
It was an 8 o'clock show, so we were out late.
Way late.
Only for us to get ghosted.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the writing was on the
we
wall.
were at the venue like dumbasses sitting there waiting for Cheech and Chong, and then they're like, nope, interview's not happening. We're like, what the fuck?
I think we're even at the wrong fucking stage. There's like 11 stages.
Yeah, so that's it. But yeah, I don't know. So
I got to watch that now. Thanks
Yeah.
for telling me about it.
RJ Dunn said, yeah, Kevin is right. I've seen him before in interviews. He is kind of a dick face. So
And back in the day, they were both struggling to get work, and Cheech finally broke through. He got a cut, like you're saying, Nash Bridges. He got in the movie Tin Cup, and he was getting those. He started getting those roles.
Yeah.
And old Tommy wouldn't.
Right.
Remember, Tommy got arrested too.
Yeah.
For making them bongs.
Oh.
Yep, true. And got a big thank you and an important question from Peyton. Says, my husband and I listen to your ATS podcast together when we're putting our baby down for bed. And for the last 8 months, we've been silently giggling while we rock him and feed him. So thank you for getting us through the long nights. Things can get dark at those hours, and you guys keep us smiling through the pain. Quick question, though. I was telling my husband about a special hilarious ATS you guys did at Jaybird's house a while back. I want to say Panda was there and Joe Ponton may have made an appearance. It got pretty X-rated, but I know my husband would love that episode. Any chance you can tell me how to find it or do a repost?
Yes, I believe it was Jerry Soma that was there, not Joe Ponton. It's called the Bitch and the Witch podcast.
Okay.
Type in KVJ, the KVJ Show, Bitch and the Witch podcast, and it should come up. If it doesn't, email and I'll send you a link.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty, NC-17.
Well, I think Panda was drinking.
Oh, wow.
Panda does not drink ever. So if you get Panda drinking, that is like a rare thing.
And it was fun and it was goofy. And I think we were even doing we had an event after, and we were all just in a very goofy, fun mood. And it turned to anal sex, and it gets weird, and it's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. And Jeremy, the one who started the petition for a cleavage cam on Virginia in the new studio, said that the petition is now up to 723 signatures.
Wow.
To get the camera. He said there's still all my signatures, but it is growing.
What else is growing?
Yes. I know David Lee Roth's not. That's all I can tell you.
Small penis.
There you go. All right.
David Lee Roth needs to put his penis away, but I'm taking my tits out.
Look at that, huh? All right. This is why you got to watch this thing. That cleavage cam's already popping for you.
And that one's for free. That's just to get you hooked.
There you go, baby.
Spicy.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. Enjoy your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.